There was, for the longest time, I know I was pussyfooting around the word prayer. I'm like, I'm going to go have quiet time. I'm going to go meditate. Now I'm like, I'm going to go motherfucking pray. Do you have any prayer requests for me? Because that is a word that is not going to be taken away from me. I've always prayed. I will continue to pray. If you have unhealed stories around prayer, I'm going to pray for you. I have a prayer for that. Welcome to the Wine and Spirits Portalcast, a gateway to go beyond the story, bring those big why questions out to play, and transcend them into spiritual understanding. I'm your host, Salwa, Ascension Guide, Light Code Activator, Imperfect Human, Weirdo who talks to spirits more than humans, and Divine Smartass, on a mission to help activate the masses while enjoying the full spectrum of this human experience. Join me as we ask, receive, and activate. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 very important words and why they are ready for a rebrand. Rebrand's not even the right word, but just comically, it's what came to mind because, you know, I like branding and all that stuff. These words are powerful. These words have been misconstrued in their power. There's a lot of shame and fear and confusion around using them, and a lot of stories that don't serve. And we are being strongly encouraged to bring them back and to use them without all of these stories attached. So here we go. Let's talk about those 3 words. Word number 1, God. God is one of those words that has become taboo, and I personally have a problem with that. There's so many things that kids can talk about that you can go on the internet and see, but we have to tread lightly around the word God. Most of this is due to religious stories and people's experiences around it, and I understand that. So we're like, oh, God, if I say God, then does that mean that I believe that there's one big judging energy up there and that I'm like a churchgoer, that I'm giving away my power? We must bring back the word God and let it be the beautiful, omnipotent word that encourages us to live in our sovereign ways. That is what it's meant to be. God, source, energy is what we're made of. And I know there's people that don't believe. And listen, if you don't believe in a higher intelligence or God or anything, and you're still watching, like, more power to you. I am so happy. Please stay, judge away. I'm good. But if we learn to use the word God in a way that is acknowledging that it lives within us, that it's not this big judgmental force outside of us, that is how we rebrand the word and give it back its power. There's power in words. Why do you think that society has almost made it its job, especially controlling entities, to have this taboo story around certain words? Because they're powerful words. And if you start speaking them and claiming them in the right way, you're activating your own sovereignty. So find a new relationship with the word God. Don't be afraid to tell people that you talk to God. You talk to God might be you communicating with you in a different realm. Might be you connecting with a deity or somebody, ascended master, somebody that you connect to that reminds you of your own divinity. What is God to you? But we must bring the word back. We must remove the shame because it's a powerful one. It's a powerful one and it's an activating one. Bring back the word God and don't have to walk on eggshells that you might insult somebody if people just realize that you also are God. People saying they don't believe in God, to me, it's like a fashion designer saying they don't believe in fabric. Okay, well, good luck creating, because everything is made of God. Second word, prayer. so much stigma around the word prayer. And I know listen, I grew up in Catholic school. I had my little prayer book. I love to pray. And I now have my own prayer book where I write my prayers. I love to write prayers and I love to create rituals. And I decided not to allow myself to have this aversion to saying that I pray, because that is powerful. You praying is you talking to the divine, you asking and communicating what it is that you want to receive. When I hold my women's circles or my activations, my dance activations, it's always fascinating to me how much women or people in general need the reminder to ask. And we're not asking and speaking what we want because we have put the stigma on the word prayer. And if we're praying, then we're living by church rules, and we have our stories around that. So we just rather lose the word. Don't lose the word. Recreate it. What does prayer mean to you? Go pray. You have a problem? Go pray. You need something? Go pray. And what does prayer mean to you? Go connect. Go ask a higher being, and that higher being might be the divine version of you elsewhere, or it might be the God source energy from which you came that wants to see you be that living spark of luminescent, vibrant, pure light. And ask. There was, for the longest time, I know I was pussyfooting around the word prayer. I'm like, I'm going to go have quiet time. I'm going to go meditate. Now I'm like, I'm going to go motherfucking pray. Do you have any prayer requests for me? Because that is a word that is not going to be taken away from me. I've always prayed. I will continue to pray. If you have unhealed stories around prayer, I'm going to pray for you. I have a prayer for that. Prayer. The third word. And these are beyond words, right? But, well, I know him as YESHUA. You might know him as Jesus. There is nothing on this planet that needs more of a rebrand than YESHUA. There is nothing with such a vast, powerful, potent energy that has been taken to be this symbol of representation for something that it's not. Now, I'm not bashing the church. Anywhere people go to connect, I love. Go pray, go connect. But I will tell you this. You must let YESHUA resurrect. You would keep him on the cross by keeping him tied to a building, by keeping him tied to being this being that just is going to come judge whether you're going to heaven or hell, and by keeping them in the construct of a man-made. I mean, let's face it, church is man-made, right? YESHUA was the biggest mystic. And I'm not going to sit here and bring out things from the Bible that doesn't serve right now. He was the biggest mystic. And he was everywhere in mystery schools. And he preached the sacred path of love. He didn't preach, put all the rules here, rules and regulations, and this is what it has to be. And please keep me hanging on a cross in the building so that everybody can feel really guilty for being sinners. Well, he didn't preach that. Who came up with that? So we're going to dive deeper because, me and Christ consciousness, we're here, we're working. But allow yourself the opportunity to reconnect with YESHUA, Jesus, whatever you want to call him, whatever resonates with you. Use the word. There's power in the name. There's power in the name. There's power in praying to the name to connect with God. 3 such powerful words that have been stripped of their power slowly. We got to bring them back. And by doing so, we activate you. We activate the grid. Thank you for listening. I wholeheartedly hope you received a spark of inspiration, comfort, or new perspective in today's episode. Your support is truly appreciated and necessary on the mission of this Portalcast. If you feel it, please like, comment, share with your world, and leave a review. Stay tuned for the next episode coming soon and follow on all social platforms linked in the description for all updates. To submit your own why questions to be featured in the show, shoot me a message. Until next time, may the activating life force be with you.